We got a 40th anniversary Corvette here, and the tint has seen its better days. We're gonna strip it and re-tint it. See where the film is delaminating and wrinkling up. We'll take care of this rascal. We're fixing to steam this off the back window. We're gonna try our best to save the defrost, but if it comes off, then oh well. Guess what? It comes off. Anyway, I thought we'd show this to you guys. Well, guys, this is the back window off of a, say back window, the film peeled off of a 40th anniversary making it a 93 Corvette. This is, if I were guessing, I would say this is Lumar AT. Not saying that to knock it, it stayed on there. It looked great, but it's a really thin one-ply film. And I'm showing you this for some of these old school guys, for you reminisce, and some of these young guys that just really don't understand the pain of back then. A lot of folks didn't have film this big, or they didn't per se want to know how or want to heat shrink. Heat shrinking come along at a time where some did and some didn't do it. So this is one piece. This is a side piece where your shock goes through. This here's another piece. One more wide piece for the center. This is where your latch went. Then of course another piece the same size as the other. I left this stuck together so you can see where they seamed it. On the defroster line, so it was hidden behind the defroster line, which is pretty cool. Up here, instead of shrinking, this is what we call darting. It was darted. Sammy Graham and myself have this conversation all the time about relief darts that you cut so the film will lay together. When we didn't know how to shrink back in the day, we done a lot of this on some of the 90 model Hondas. I think it was a 90, on the Prelude, some of the Honda Civics, one of the Maximas, maybe a 86, 87 model Maxima. Just different stuff back in the day when we were either too cheap or too lazy, or we only bought 20-inch wide rolls. You had to do some of this kind of work. We're gonna re-tint this thing. We've got all the film removed. We've undone the hardware, which they didn't. They had a gaping hole around this, and they had black tape around this. We've already done, I say we, Bruce has done the door glasses on this fellow over here. Him. Done the door glasses, and they look great. So, we're gonna do this other. And we're gonna do a couple steps. We're gonna show you a couple things, and then we're just gonna roll with it from there. Good enough? Yeah, like that.
All right. Just make sure it don't slide while I go out. Shit, goddamn. That guy is a little gun. Come on, fatty.
We're covering everywhere.
Slide up. That way. There's the bucket right there. Let's see that. Yeah.
My finger's in the way.
All right, we covered.
Nah, you good. We covered everywhere.
Give me a towel.
Mr. Miyagi teach you that?
He did.
What squeegee you using there?
For judge.
Judge. And this is the judge's car. Judge Blackman.
Look at young dude.
He's older than me, so if you say he's young, yes sir.
He ain't young yet. This guy probably be around good age.
Make sure that ain't
You shut up.
He's younger than the rest of them.
Yeah, it's okay if you put some water on.
Bruce
It's still.
trying to get water all over the videographer.
That's what I say, you're trying to get one.
It's really the perfect one for this curve.
Oh yeah.
The hard one wouldn't get that curve. Tell you another secret. To all y'all chumps out there on Facebook. When you squeegee something, wipe the water, because if you don't, it's going to suck right back in there.
He said so. We'll get that.
Okay, here we go. Damn, bitch.
If y'all watching this, y'all say we opted to not see it.
Yeah.
We did do it just to prove we could do that. Then we flipped it around and said we're gonna do it one piece just to do that too. You know why? Because we can. Better not say nothing right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Slide you mother.
You mother bitch.
We're gonna show y'all how to cut perfect holes where the shots go too. Free hand's what I'm talking about. How many Southern boys it takes to turn back one on a Corvette? Got to learn your way. This joker standing on the ground. Look how tall he is.
You do a backflip kick to the too.
This is a 93 40th anniversary car. We stripped and re-tinted this thing. The back windows, we done it in one piece. I'm going to show you guys a quick how-to. These holes, we tinted over them. Now, if you look, if you've ever tinted one of these, any kind of window that's got this hole in them, you know how it wrinkles up around it when you're putting it on, installing. When you prep and you take your time and you do this right, that's the way it's going to look. And I'm going to show you how to cut that hole out perfectly without ever using a knife on it. Give them a good roundabout on that glass. That's clean for the year model. If you've ever done one of these, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you hadn't, you need to get yourself one in and do it. All right, Philip, let's hold this hatch up on this rascal. We got the shocks off, so this glass is fairly heavy. So here's what we're gonna do. Get right over here on the other side of this one right here and let these guys see what we're doing. I better put my spectacles on so I can do this. This is a torch, not our shrinking torch, but just a small tip torch. We've got the blades turned down real low here. But like again, most folks that's tinted with these before, you know how you'll have fingers and everything all around this. No such thing on this one. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna heat this thing just a little bit, just like that. Now I'm gonna go from this side. We're gonna poof. That's one. I'm gonna press it down one time just like this. This is the second one. We've got two up here on the top. You can move the side over there. Big feel. Heat them up like this. All right, now drop it down a little bit. And we're gonna boom and boom. Now I'm gonna wipe the crud off of it. That little smoke y'all seen on there, all you do is take your rag, wipe it off. Nothing but water. That seals the deal on those holes. This will sit in the shop overnight and we'll put it back together. This way you don't have those unsightly gaps around the holes in the hardware. Anyway, just another tip from the old film bender, Ace Window Tinting, Bremen, Georgia.